Hey guys, Sarah here from Hewitt Avenue. This is the free course on iPad lettering basics, and this is lesson 1. We're going to go over tools, apps, and resources for your iPad lettering. Okay guys, so next I'm going to go through just some tools and resources for your iPad. I'm going to go through the apps that I use and kind of my iPad setup. So I know this is not the fun stuff necessarily, but this is my most commonly asked questions. The next few videos we're actually going to get into lettering, so no worries. Okay, so I have the first gen iPad Pro. It's a 12.9 inch in the gold. I got this in March of 2016. It's an awesome iPad. I love it. I have no complaints. I am considering getting the new iPad just to upgrade it and see what's new and be able to do a review for you guys. But I just want to say that this first gen iPad has no issues. I love it. My setup, so the screen is beautiful. The resolution is beautiful, but when I first started writing on it, my hand would kind of stick to the glass, or it would the pencil would slip a little bit. And so I did go ahead and purchase some screen protectors from Amazon.com. I have it to show it to you. So it's Tech Armor's the brand. Screen protection, perfected. So it's anti-glare, it's matte, it's scratch protected, scratch protection. What's really great is that it makes it kind of soft, like using paper. I know you can't see that. Let's turn off my screen to see if you kind of see that it's soft. So I have loved the screen protector. I've only had the one and it's lasted me 2.5 years. It's great. The device I use, the writing device I use is the Apple Pencil. I have 2 of them just because it's hard to keep a charge on them. So I've ran into that and I like having a spare. Next, I want to point out the apps that I use most commonly. So here's my iPad lettering folder. So the lettering app I use the most, hands down, is the Procreate app. 99.5% of the time when I log into my iPad to do some lettering, it's going to be through that app. I want to point out that they have Procreate Pocket made by the same people. This is for lettering on your iPhone. So if you don't have an iPad, you can go ahead and download that app. You can use all the same brushes, the features. It's a fantastic app. Next, iZip and Dropbox. So iZip is an app that allows you to unzip a folder from the internet onto your iPad. So if you've ever had an issue with downloading brushes from a seller because they're in a zip folder, it's because Apple doesn't allow you to unzip something on your iPad. You can unzip something on your desktop or your Mac computer and then share it through a cloud app onto your iPad, but it's really tough you can't unzip something on your iPad. If you want to unzip something on your iPad, you can download an app like iZip, which is a free app and allows you to actually unzip something and then open it into a cloud sharing device like Dropbox. Okay, so cloud apps. Dropbox is one I see used commonly by other letterers. I used to use it a lot. Now I don't. Used to use it a lot. Now I don't use it quite as much. But it works seamlessly between interfaces and between desktop and laptop and iPad and iPhone. It's fantastic. The cloud sharing device that I actually use is my iCloud drive. You can see that I've made just a Procreate folder. It has all of my brushes in one folder and then has brushes I've gotten from other people in another folder. The reason I use the iCloud Drive is because it is 100% seamless between my iPad, my iPhone, my Mac desktop, and my Mac computer. I can pull up any one of those and I go on my drive and all of the files are there because it's a cloud. So if you're somebody like me who has iPhone, iPad, iMac, Mac laptop, MacBook Pro, go ahead and just do yourself a favor and start using iCloud Drive now. It's awesome. Okay, so back to my app folder. A few other honorable mention apps that I think is worth playing with are any of the Adobe apps are awesome. This is my Creative Cloud. Adobe Draw is great. It's fun to kind of do some watercolor things in there. It works seamlessly with your Adobe Illustrator on your computer if you use that. Adobe Sketch is like the Photoshop version on the iPad. That's another reason I'd like to upgrade my iPad, is so that I can use Photoshop on my iPad potentially. Adobe Rush is a brand new app put out by Adobe last fall. It's great for editing video. Vectornator is a really cool app that lets you turn your lettering into a vector, or any of your artworks into outlines and vectors. It's really great. I don't use it as much because I do use Adobe Illustrator, but that's something for like my non-designer background friends who letter. Go ahead and use Vectornator. I suggest you play with it. It looks like a really cool app. iFont Maker. This is a really cool honorable mention. When I made my first font, it's called Eleanor Sands. I made it with iFont. You just go in, you draw some letters, you export it as a font, and it's ready to go. I don't use it as much anymore because I use other more sophisticated apps, but if you're looking for something super basic, make a font, that's the one I recommend. Okay, so my top used apps. Just to review, I use the Procreate app on my iPad, Procreate Pocket on my iPhone. I use iCloud Drive for my cloud device. Honorable mentions are iZip and Dropbox, which is what most other letterers use if they're not using the ones that I mentioned that are my top used apps.
Okay, that's it for lesson 1. I hope you join me in lesson 2.